So I look at it as, you know, a plus. Like I got time to actually be able to really have a great understanding. And whenever, you know, it's time for me to play, then it's time for me to play. But I'm not looking too far in the future about all that. I'm looking about every day in practice, because I had some misses out there today that, you know, we got to go in there and correct, about Reed's getting in and out drops a little bit faster from under center. So that's the main thing. I'm focused on the small things, and over time, the big things will happen.
What happens when Joe Burrow watches Shedeur Sanders dropping dimes like he's already paying rent in the league? Eyebrows jumped, jaws hit the floor, and somewhere a defensive coordinator probably stared at the screen like, no way!
Shedeur Sanders is not blameless here. Primetime Deion Sanders is not blameless here. I'm going to say what I have to say, knowing that both of them have their hands at least a little bit dirty in all of this. But if you're the National Football League, clearly it's not about talent anymore. It's about something else. And I'm going to tell you, I spent a large amount of the last 24 hours thinking about nothing more than I was thinking about collusion.
This isn't some regular rookie clip people scroll past. This is Shedeur flipping the script mid-spin move like he's editing the game in real time. So what did Joe really think? Was it shock, curiosity, or that quiet, okay, this kid is real moment? Get ready, because this reaction could hit harder than a Burrow deep ball on 3rd and long. If you're enjoying this, hit subscribe. It helps more than you think. Now picture Joe Burrow studying tape of Shedeur Sanders, giving that tight half smirk quarterbacks make when they realize a new gunslinger just clocked in.
He's a 4th-string quarterback at a 7-on-7 drill, and you're talking about his celebration. Doesn't that strike you as odd?
I'm not. The Athletic is.
We are overhyping a kid who is on the 4th string of a 3-win team. We're overhyping him. And it's like, we're not going to give him a chance. He's going to get out there and throw one incompletion, and everyone, because when we build a guy up, we're just doing it to tear him down.
Shedeur isn't easing in or asking for a seat at the table. He's walking in like the chair already has his name on it. The vets feel it too. That slow, uneasy shift. Like when someone pulls up with a fresh Lambo next to your steady BMW and revs it with confidence that's a little too loud. No words needed. Just pure I'm him energy blasting across the field. Shedeur isn't entering the NFL like it's a quiet zone. He's pushing through the doors like he signed the stadium lease himself. That rookie tag, he's wearing it like an accessory, not a limitation.
What are your thoughts on Shedeur?
I mean, he has a ton of weaknesses, like throwing it deep on the run, throwing it on the run. His footwork isn't that great. He's scared to throw incompletions, and he just runs out of bounds whenever no one's open.
Yeah, that's one of the things that a lot of folks have talked about with him is that he tries to get his stats looking good because he doesn't like to throw the ball out of bounds. He'll take a sack or he'll run out of bounds instead of.
He walked into Cleveland moving like the field was already his backyard cookout. While others are buried in playbooks like it's rocket science, he's nodding like, yeah, I'm built for this. I'm made for this. And it's not arrogance. It's that tuned in, high-performance self-belief the greats always have before the world figures out what's coming.
I'm not gonna say the boy ain't a good quarterback, but he ain't no Tom Brady. He ain't no Danny White, no John Marino.
That's who he trained with,
He ain't none of that. The boy at best is a second string, third string quarterback, but he is not a starter. And then you don't want this prima donna coming to your team. As a white NFL owner of a team that would like to win, you don't want this prima donna. You want one of them running quarterbacks like Michael Vick that's poor. You want a poor quarterback. You don't want a rich quarterback driving a Rolls Royce already with big jewelry on his neck, living in big houses, buying his bad houses. This don't want no Super Bowl.
That type of confidence makes defensive captains double-check the scouting sheet to confirm he's actually a rookie and not someone stepping out of 2030 disguised as a first-year player. You know things are getting real when Burrow, Mahomes, and even Lamar start putting extra heat on their throws in practice because nobody wants to get posterized by a rookie whose clips look like someone turned on cheat codes. Shedeur's confidence isn't just catching attention, it's making some veterans check their job security. There's a quiet fear floating through those locker rooms, even if nobody says it out loud. A new alpha might be walking the yard, and everyone feels it.
Which can be a weakness and something you have to look at in the NFL. I think there's been a lot of hype around him, and I think that when you look at it, will he live up to the hype? And is the hype because he's a great quarterback, or is the hype, Miles, about him being
Deion's son?
Deion's son.
Cleveland's defense, professional hitters or not, is about to find out exactly what that means, because Shedeur already moves like a top 5 quarterback who just forgot to tell the league office. And that belief, that unshakable, borderline, unreal self-certainty, that's the kind of mindset that wins games and crowds. When you step into a tough city like Cleveland, acting like it's just another scrimmage, you better bring the game to match, and Shedeur absolutely does.
That question about Sanders, I just think he's crazy overhyped. Like, all my boys agree, Sanders is crazy overhyped. Like, don't get me wrong, Sanders, if you watch this, it's all love. I'm just going based off how I feel. I think Sam Levitt's, I do got that bias because of ASU, but I think he's a way better quarterback than Sanders. I would have loved if we passed up on a quarterback this year, focus up, building the offensive line. I mean, Evan Neal moving to tackle, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not a big Evan Neal guy, but.
The funniest part is how veterans are pretending they're not paying attention. They're doing the whole, nah, I don't watch college tape routine. Meanwhile, they've got Shedeur compilations downloaded like a playlist. He's become unavoidable. QB rooms are starting to feel less like strategy sessions and more like group therapy, as everyone tries to process how this young man is flipping the confidence ladder without even blinking. That aura he has, the clean, unstoppable glow that says, I'm not just beating your defense, I'm making your corners rethink their whole plan.
The truth is, the nigga not like that. All that boasting and braving about how good he is, all the people in my comments, oh my God, he carried Colorado. To what? Exactly. Nothing. The nigga was out there just chucking it to Travis. Here you go, Trav. And that nigga got drafted fairly soon. Cam Ward let that nigga know, you're not like that. And y'all thought it was friendly banter. Oh, it was the truth. Cam knew the truth. And when he goes to the next level, and he's first year Geno Smith, y'all will see why teams passed on him. It's racist. They don't like confidence. Baker Mayfield was confident.
That's rare. This isn't the typical rookie story where someone eats humble pie and stutters through jitters. This is Shedeur walking into the huddle like he's been running Sundays for 10 years straight. He's flipping reads with that Deion-built swagger carved into his DNA. You don't just get that energy, you grow up soaked in it, marinated in primetime attitude until fourth quarter pressure feels like warm-ups. And now every veteran who ever thought they were untouchable is getting flashbacks. Shedeur's confidence doesn't sneak into the party. It owns the house and hands out jerseys.
Shedeur Sanders. I think Shedeur is a solid quarterback. He had a solid college career, but I think he's just overhyped because people expect him to be something he's not. And when those things don't work out, people lose their minds because they have this expectation that isn't a reality. I do think he should have been drafted in the first 3 rounds of last year's draft. He ended up slipping to the 5th round, which for whatever reason he slipped to the 5th round, he's just 5th round quarterback is what it is. People making it be out to be collusion and they're just jealous of him and all this other stuff. He had a good college career. Not a great, not an amazing, not an outstanding career. He had a good career.
Cleveland fans are about to witness a debut that won't feel like a test drive. It'll feel like a takeover. This isn't about easing in or waiting his turn. Shedeur is acting like the N.F.L. forgot to draft him 5 years ago, and he's been waiting to collect what's his ever since. Shedeur is stepping into his first pro snaps with a mindset that already feels top tier. And nobody, not Joe, not Justin, not Josh, can act like they don't see it. That's the new wave of quarterbacks now. They're not walking in all wide-eyed and thankful. They're showing up like the rookie orientation never existed, and they jumped straight into the film room with their own blueprint. Shedeur isn't asking for permission to lead. He's taking the role and daring anyone to push back. He's not here to fit into the system either. He's looking at it like a fixer-upper. He's ready to rebuild. And now the whispers are growing louder. Coaches won't say it publicly, but the question is floating everywhere. What if Shedeur is actually that guy?
Do you think Shedeur Sanders is an NFL starter when he leaves college football? Mike, I see several red flags, with him starting with body language and attitude. Really? I don't know, that might be a stretch, Mike, with the body language and attitude vibes. I think the thing that would make me the most nervous is just him holding on to the ball. You see him go to a situation potentially like what the Bears are doing offensively, what a guy holding onto the ball looks like in the league, sometimes that is as much of a...
What if the swagger is backed by real substance? What if the league just handed the keys to someone built to dominate from day one? And it's not just the flashy throws, even though those are ridiculous. It's the poise, the calm in the pocket, the way he moves defenders with his eyes and reads pressure like he's plugged into the blitz before it happens. He's not reacting, he's directing. That's what's making the veterans uneasy. When Burrow sees a younger guy pulling off what he once did, but louder, cleaner, and with 10 times the swagger, it forces everybody to adjust. The league loves confidence, right up until it shakes the established order. And Shedeur isn't just shaking it, he's bulldozing through it like he's filming a behind-the-scenes special. Every quarterback should believe they're the best, but Shedeur walks like it's already a confirmed fact, and everyone else is late to the memo, and somehow it doesn't feel delusional. It feels like the next step in the story. Now the chessboard is shifting, vets are reevaluating, front offices are stressing, coordinators are praying. Cleveland is about to become ground zero for a confidence surge like nothing they've seen.
I am concerned that this is a young man who maybe doesn't understand what the market value is for him right now. I think one of the overwhelming storylines coming out of this combine is that not only is he not all that close to Cam Ward in terms of that quarterback one.
The Browns thought they were drafting a rookie plot twist, but they're staring at the future, and the future thinks it already clocked in. The air is getting heavy with pride, ego, and that raw game day energy buzzing under designer compression sleeves. Because Shedeur Sanders is out here firing lasers and stealing every scene like the lead in a blockbuster. The whispers in the locker room are starting to slide into passive-aggressive chirps. But not because Shedeur is disrespectful. He's just operating on a whole different frequency. He's not skipping the pecking order. He's rewriting it in real time. And that's got a few aging corners and middle-tier linebackers gripping their legacy like it's a pearl necklace in a tornado. The idea that a rookie believes in himself this loud without asking for permission is wild to them.
We've known about Shedeur Sanders for so long because it's Deion. His dad, you're going to hear about it.
They talk about his attitude like he committed a crime, when really, the only thing happening is their own insecurity cracking through the seams. Deep down, they've seen this story before, and in this version, they're not the stars. They're background extras trying to look calm while the camera zooms straight toward the future. Shedeur isn't just competing, he's evaporating the curve, he's not disrespecting anyone, he's just not pretending they're untouchable anymore. Some of these guys got real cozy in the league's middle, living on seniority, old Pro Bowl alternates, and ESPN clips from 2019. Then Shedeur strolls in with a chain swinging and that 1,000-yard stare like he already read the season finale. And yes, he's the plot twist. The veterans keep saying he needs to earn it, but none of them can explain what it is. Shedeur has done nothing but grind, produce on tape, and carry himself like he belongs. And somehow that's the part that rattles them. This is the N.F.L., not a frat house. There's no hazing rule in the CBA, no bonus points for fake humility, no trophy for standing quietly in the back row of the team photo. You prove it on the field or you don't. And Shedeur is proving it every second he gets. Meanwhile, he's unfazed. He's probably watching film of the same players talking about him while sipping a protein shake and focusing on the next read. And the irony is perfect. The louder they complain about respect, the clearer it becomes. They don't want mutual respect. They want worship. They want people to fear them just because they've been around longer. They want the league to feel like a private club with secret handshakes and rookie etiquette rules nobody actually follows. Shedeur isn't reading their script. He's writing his own. And there's no chapter in it where he kneels to fading stardom. Real competitors don't fear a challenge. They eat it alive. It's the guys on the bubble, the ones stuck between relevance and roster cuts, who suddenly act like confidence is a crime. They'll swear it's about sportsmanship, but everyone can feel the momentum tilting, and deep down they know the league's whole foundation is shifting, and Shedeur is the fault line. You can practically hear the passive jabs floating around. He's got talent, but he needs to be humbled. Translation: I hope someone hits him hard enough to calm my fear. He hasn't proven anything yet. Translation: I'm scared he might already be better than me. The NFL has always been full of bravado and loud chests. But now that a rookie shows up with real self-belief, they're acting like it's some kind of revolution. Shedeur isn't here to cuddle egos. He's here to fire footballs through the universe. and remind everyone that talent mixed with confidence becomes a storm nobody can dodge. So let them whisper. Let them complain in group chats and behind lockers while they gossip about his attitude. Because while they're dissecting personality, Shedeur is dissecting coverages. While they search for humility, he's searching for weak spots in their schemes. They're fighting to hold onto tiny pockets of relevance. Meanwhile, Shedeur is redefining what the new era looks like right in front of them. And the funniest part, in 10 years, these same dudes will be on podcasts, acting like they saw it coming. They'll suddenly remember his aura, the presence they once couldn't stand. They'll say he moved like a veteran from day one, and how he demanded respect with his play, not his words. Because the truth is simple, Shedeur isn't waiting for validation. He's dragging it behind him like a cape. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and drop a comment. And I'll see you on the next one.